Oh, wow. Wow, it's hot in here. But do I regret using a white robe for a supermodel video? No, I do not. Hello everyone, I am here today to share with you guys some beauty secrets from supermodels. Not just any models, but apparently there's a tier above them. Vogue, they put out these videos where they interview or they have different celebrities or supermodels share their beauty secrets, and they do like a whole series on it. So I've done a bunch of videos like that in the past, so you can go and check those out. I also saw that Jessica Braun had done a video like this as well, which was super great, so I'll link hers down below so you guys can check it out. But today I'm going to share with you some of these tips and tricks that I came across when looking at a bunch of these videos. We're gonna see which ones I like, which ones I want to incorporate into my daily routine, and see if any of them are worth trying. But you can see I currently have my spa-like vibe going on right now because a lot of this is gonna be skincare. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoy some of these tips and tricks that I picked up. Make sure if you do, give it a big thumbs up and click on the bell notification down below so you don't miss out on when new videos go live here every Thursday and Sunday. Also Saturday on RachhLoves Life in case you like more like lifestyle stuff. And I think with that, we are ready to go. I have my coffee, I got my robe. You guys are here, so without further ado, let's get into this. I guess we'll start with the biggest trend that I saw across all of these videos, and that was, of course, everyone say it with me now, skincare. They love skincare. So the first tip is from Kourtney Kardashian, who I know is not a model, but her skincare tip and technique was really, really interesting, so I wanted to check it out. And that was using a mixture of a powder clay, some sort of powder clay mask, and then combining it with honey instead of with water, which is what I would normally do, or a rose toner or something like that. So I'm using a pink clay mask. This is by New Body, and I'm just going to squirt some honey into it. I know it's not fancy, you know, celebrity honey, but you know, it'll work. And then I'm gonna take a brush. A lot of them loved brushes for applying it, which I stand behind. I'm gonna mix this all together. Apparently I need more honey. It's like a science experiment, but really great for your skin. Okay, so we have a bit of a goopy kind of mixture here. So I'm going to put that on my skin, then we're going to rinse it away. Now I can understand why she used honey. It's not something I had thought of in combination with like a clay mask. Honey has a lot of antibacterial properties to it, anti-aging elements to it as well. Starting to break up. Does not like my clay mask apparently. Not what Kourtney Kardashians look like. Maybe my ratios are a little bit off, but I feel like it's gonna perform the same sort of purpose that I'm trying to do. So while that's going on, I am also going to include an eye mask. They're also super big fans of using like some form of jade roller. They love a good jade roller. Oh, not looking as cute as they are. It's gonna look great. It's gonna look great. Woo! I can feel that through the eye patch. Anytime I say eye patch, I always think of pirates. Is that just me? So now I'm just gonna leave this on. We're gonna go wash it off and on to the next step. Okay, so now that my skin is clean and apparently I got clay mask on my nice white robe. Awesome. Good for me, Rachel. Good for me. This is a lot more comfortable though. Oh. So my skin is feeling good. You can tell my hairline's still a little bit wet. It definitely is more of a hydrating mask, but it's interesting the combination of the honey, which is more hydrating, and the clay mask, which is more purifying. My skin feels good. It looks about the same, but that's sometimes how it goes with skincare. It feels good on my skin, and I like that it was a little bit different from what I would normally mix with a powder clay. So in watching these videos with skincare, obviously everyone is a little bit different in what they use and how they use it, depending on how old they are and where they're from and things like that. But I noticed sort of several threads that were very similar across all of these different ones. So we're gonna kind of use that as a guideline for the skincare for today. This is really fun. I really like skincare, so I'm enjoying this. So number one was a spray toner. And a lot of people were talking about the Mario Badescu skincare. This is a very popular one, the facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. Whoa. That was more aggressive than I thought it was gonna be. And then I saw a couple of people using vitamin C as well as a lot of hyaluronic acid. I'm gonna smooth that on my skin. Also the neck. I keep forgetting. Neck is also important here, people. Oh, my hair. Are you seeing this right now? Wow, what a bird's nest. And then for hyaluronic acid, I'm gonna be using two different products because you know, I'm trying to be a supermodel today. We're gonna go extra. So number one is a serum. This is by L'Oreal. It's the Revitalift Hyaluronic Acid. And then I'm going to top that with the Honest Beauty Hydrogel Cream, which has two different types of hyaluronic acid in it. Just let it sink in. A lot of people were talking about like pressing the product in. We have 1,000 hours to do this every morning. And then on to sunscreen, which was the biggest thing that I saw across literally everyone. I'm going to be using the Aveeno Sensitive Skin Mineral Sunscreen. This is an SPF of 50, which I like, and it's sweat and water resistant, which is also good. And one thing I like to do sometimes with sunscreens is I will actually mix it. This is with the Drunk Elephant De Bronzy serum. I don't even know what's in here, but I love it. And I mix it with my sunscreen and has a little bit of like a bronzy element to it. And yeah, I just really like the combination of the two. It feels really good on the skin and it looks good. Adds a little bronziness. I'm all for it. And then of course an eye cream. Cannot forget that. This one is by Kiehl's. What is this? This is the creamy eye treatment. We really like a lot of creamy products, these models. Now, once you have all your creams on, one thing that I noticed a lot of different supermodels were doing is using like a jade roller to like push the product in, or using certain like massage facial techniques to kind of like massage everything in, remove any puffiness, things like that. So I saw one that was from Doutzen Cruz, who is a Dutch supermodel. Gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And she was doing movements like this, like all the way back along her jaw and always going up. It drains all the water out of your face apparently. I wanted to try it out. Like, I have to say, it feels really good. This is something that I feel like over time would probably make a difference versus like right off the bat, like first time doing it. And also I would not recommend doing this unless you have actual like slip on your face. Otherwise it's just gonna pull and tug. It's just not gonna be super comfortable. But I thought that was a very interesting technique and I needed to share it because it did feel real nice. Now on to the makeup portion. And as I'm sure many of you already guessed, supermodels tend to not wear a ton of makeup. But I did notice a lot of trends and things that each of them were doing, and certain like techniques and tips and tricks that they learned from makeup artists that they have worked with. So starting with the face, no one that I saw used a primer. Not a single one. Couldn't believe it. What world am I living in? And then for foundation, they tended to use a very soft foundation, something that was light coverage. Honestly, there was a mixture of what they used to press it into the skin. It was Doutzen again. And she used her fingertips to press the product in, and she learned that from a makeup artist, and she said the heat of your hands just sort of presses the product in better, and then you're gonna get all that coverage, but then it's gonna feel and look like skin. That is what we are going to do today. Very, very minimal coverage there. I barely see anything on my face, which I guess is kind of the point. And then for concealer, one thing that I learned from Cindy Crawford is she really liked to use a more liquidy product, something that had a little bit more slip underneath the eyes, and then a heavier product for any acne breakouts or anything on the face that she really wanted to adhere and stay there. And the number one concealer that I saw that everyone was using on their eyes was the YSL one. This little guy did little like strokes like this. Another couple of people use this one by Glossier, which is their stretch concealer, because it moves and shifts with the skin. We're just gonna pat it into the skin with the fingertips. That looks good. I don't know why I don't use that one more. It looks really good on my skin. And then for any spots where you want a little bit of heavier coverage, you can use something like a stick concealer or a potted one like the NARS one. The next thing that I learned from Cindy Crawford, though it seemed to be a trend across all of them, is to use a lot of cream-based products. Not a lot of powders were used in any of these videos. A lot of Charlotte Tilbury, though, by the way. I'm sure they're frienders with her. One thing I noticed is a lot of people were talking about Pat McGrath and tips and tricks that they learned from Pat McGrath and how sweet she was and how knowledgeable she was. And I thought that was really cool that they all had the same opinion. I bet she'd be so much fun to work with. And I bet they learned so much from her. We're gonna do some blush. They were very blush intense. I'm using the wrong brush. They were super into blush, lots of blush all over. Way to get your hair in everything, Rachel. Supermodels didn't have that problem. I only wore my hair up because all of them put their hair up and then they would magically take it down to be this perfect tousled wave. And they're like, I'm gonna go out for the night now. I'm like, well, you wait. End of this video, I'm gonna take down my hair. We're gonna see what that looks like. I promise you, it's not gonna look like the way it does in their videos. A lot of them put the blush like right across their nose, almost like a sunburnt kind of effect, which I didn't know was a thing that we wanted to replicate. I want to look like a lobster today. That was a lot. I feel like that was too much. Now I actually look like I have a burn on my nose. I have hairs in every spot on my face. Arrgh! And then maybe a little highlight, but honestly, I didn't see many people use a lot of highlight. I guess because their skin is just naturally glowing while they're celery juices and kale sandwiches. Not how I do my business, but it's fine. And then for the eyes, we need to start with the brows because every single one of them had naturally perfect brows. Not a single human on there did anything. Actually, one of them did like a little bit of pencil and they just sort of were like, there we go. They all just use like a plain clear gel. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of a light pencil, fill in this little thing right here. I wanna do so much more, but I need to tell myself to stop. Okay, next, we're gonna set it with the teeniest bit of powder that is humanly possible. They would all take their powders like this, their super expensive powders, and then go just blow it all away. And then they basically just set like around the nose, chin, and then on like the forehead, maybe a little bit under the eyes. And now we're gonna go onto the eyes, and basically what every single one of them used, it didn't matter who it was, they all used a creamy eyeliner stick. So I'm gonna use this brown one. This is Black Cocoa by Pixie, and they're just messily sort of draw it like right along here, and then they blend it up. They emphasized a lot on the messiness. But like if that's the vibe you're going for, like 90s grunge vibe, I mean, I'm here for it. I feel like that was it. That was like basically it. And I could be super perfectionist about this right now and like really go ham on blending this, but I'm gonna really try my hardest not to because none of them did, and it looked fine. And then the next trick was a trick that I learned from Alessandra, who is a Victoria's Secret model. I think she said she walked in like 17 shows. 17! But she dusted a little bit of a powder highlight, not on the inner part of the tear duct, which is where I would typically put a highlight, but she brushed it up here, which I thought was interesting. So I'm gonna take my Pixie Layers highlighting palette and do a little bit of Clutch. We're just gonna put it up here instead. Like, I don't mind that, I just don't notice it as much as I would like sticking it right smack dab in the center of the tear duct, you know, like that just like, to me, it pops more. And then you get more of like a nice like bright eye effect. Oh, this is driving me crazy. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, Rachel. What Doutzen did is she lined right under on the waterline, and what she said is to make your eyes appear more almond shaped, which I guess is what the look that she was going for. She lined it and then continued the line out the corner of her eye. And that was her liner. And I don't think I've ever done my liner like that, so I was kind of intrigued. I wanted to see what it looked like. It looked really beautiful on her, so we're gonna test that out today. Right along, just tight lining in, and then right from the corner, going out. It's very subtle. I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference between here and here. It's really messy right now, though I think it'll look better once I put a little mascara on. You know what? I kind of like that they don't go super perfect all the time, and their makeup is like, it's a little bit messy, it's a little bit grungy, and none of them seem to care. They're just like, whatever. Also, they're supermodels. And then everyone used an eyelash curler of some description. One person used a spoon, or at least she demonstrated how you could use a spoon, and then proceeded to use an eyelash curler. And then we're gonna lash it up with some mascara. Get some volume in there, you know? And again, they didn't spend a lot of time on any of these steps. They just sort of like wiggled it on and we're like, okay, I'm done. I like that kind of confidence. Oh, I got it on my inner corner, it's fine. What do you think, everyone? And then for the lip, a lot of people loved that like flushed popsicle stain kind of vibe on the lips. So Doutzen Cruz did that. Alessandra did that. A couple of different people did that, but the one that I saw the actual product for was Doutzen Cruz, and she used this one by L'Oreal. This is their lip ink, I believe it's called, and she used a bright red. But when she popped on her lips, it looked like this beautiful blushing berry tone, and I remember looking at it and being like, oh, it looked so pretty. But basically all she did is she dipped her finger on it like this, and then like popped it onto the lip. Dab, 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 and then right on top. Just kind of like pressing the product in. It's actually really pretty. And then you still get like a bright effect, but it's so much softer for like a day look. And this will stay on your lips like really well. Plus you also don't have to be super precise. Oh, I like this. Look at my finger now. It's like bright orange. And then a couple of people just set it with a similar facial mist of some description. No one used like a setting spray specifically. Okay guys, what do we think of the makeup? What do we like? What do we not like? I feel like for me personally, I would do my brows a little bit more. Granted, they are blessed with beautifully full, thick, bushy, amazing brows. Honestly, my favorite is the lip. Just that like like fresh popsicle stain is just like, oh, I love it. I think I want to add more blush. Honestly, I feel like a lot of the blush kind of like came off. Just want to make it a little bit more blushy, but like I do like how just soft and skin-like this whole look is. And I love that they just didn't care and they were just like, we're just gonna wear it how we want to wear it. I like the whole messy vibe. We're just gonna go with it. Do I think this is going to be the most long-lasting makeup routine? I know it's not going to last super long on my skin. There aren't enough powders. There's not enough like setting powder or anything, but it feels so much like skin that I feel like it doesn't even matter. Have you guys ever come across like a tip or a technique or something like that from like a celebrity or a supermodel or from these Vogue beauty secret videos? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what it is. I always find this stuff really interesting, so let me know. Check out these videos on the side if you've missed any of the Vogue beauty secret videos that I have done, and leave me a comment if you're coming from this video because I get those on my phone. I always find that super entertaining. I always enjoy the like journey through YouTube. I'll see like a video from like 3 years ago and you guys are like, hey, 2019. But as always, thank you so much for watching and I hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday. I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.